Guten Abend, Volks. Heute we will... This is not a German channel. As I said, good day no home. I'm your host, William Cloud. And part 2 of the Willemobile. Old flywheel is there, new is there. And this time it's the real one. See, it has 10 sprockets, and we will put the old one in. I just want to drive. And we have our rear main seal. So we will change the rear main seal right away. So we can put on the flywheel, the disc, the plate, and the gearbox. Now there's been a couple of things with the gearbox. I put a new pivot on there. It's plastic, get metal. The new bearing is there. Look how it's spinning freely. And it's all assembled. So we can put this in the car. Once everything is in the car, I want to drive the car. So I'll put what stuff I have. And there's a new package coming for me with all the bushings, new mountings, new full fuel filter and oil for this transmission. So then I'm gonna do it, but for now I just want to finish this and drive. So let's go to changing the rear main seal.
Now comes the fun part, to put everything back together. As I'm there, I will change the rear main seal. I am using a drill, a metal drill, because in the middle of the seal there is a metal piece that holds the seal in there. People usually drill a hole, put there an self-tapping screw and pulls it out. But obviously with my seal that would never work. I had to use a Dremel and cut the metal in the middle so I can squish it together and pull the seal out. And obviously install a brand new one. To put on the flywheel, it's nothing that hard. There's a guide pin that will guide you how to put it correctly. And obviously putting in screws, everybody can do that. Any kinds of kits with the flywheel and clutch comes with the instructions. How much torque each bolt needs. You should check your instructions, and if you're just changing your disc and the pressure plate, usually the pressure plate bolts are tightened down to 30 Newton meters. 30, not 13, 30. But if you do the same thing as I do, and you take this as a guide video, on the torques range I had to tighten the flywheel bolts to 130 Newton meters. And that's a lot. If any of you are struggling out there to hold down the flywheel, the best thing is to use the old bolts from the old pressure plate and your exhaust hanger. On the bottom of the transmission there's a hanger. Screw that one down in the same way I did, and you have a good handle how to tighten the screws to 130 Newton meters, because that's a lot, and I mean it a lot. Kits will always come with grease or lubricant for your spindle correctly, but as I didn't film that, and that was a fail on my part, and I already lubed it up, I'm just showing you a little demonstration. This is a multi-fit clutch alignment tool, and I will use that. I have 3 good bolts. These bolts are ruined because it didn't want it to come out of the gearbox. So I ordered from this company, and this company is the only one, and they aren't in UK, who have new bolts, brand new bolts. Always check what you order. I will check the length of the screws so they match the screws that are ruined or stripped. I always make sure that I put the right screws in the right place, otherwise you have too short of a screw and something is rattling under the car, and that's the worst. I marked the bolts on the flywheel that holds the flywheel, so I know which ones I did tighten. And for this I need to put one adapter that holds the rod straight, and that was number 3. Now for the disc itself. The disc was number 7, so at the very top is number 3 and in the middle is number 7. That's the lucky hit for BMWs. So number 7 it is. My gloves were oily when I put them on, so just a little brake clean and a rag will do things just fine. This tool didn't hold it properly on, so I had to use the tool, align myself and just check from sides if it's completely flat and aligned. There are better tools out there, but you have to work with what you have. At the start of the video I said I'm still waiting for the package, but the package arrived. So I can install new rubbers and transmission mounts. Transmission, not engine mounts. If any of you is doing this and you're wondering how many Newton meters you need to tighten these bolts, it's 56. I wish it would be 69, but it's 56. Two brand new bushings, I needed one, but I'll change it in pairs in 2. They are cheap and a good insurance that in the future I won't need to go under the car and change them, just for that reason. You can see they look a lot different, brand new against the old. As the transmission was bolted in, I had to jack up the back of the transmission to put in the new bushes. putting back on the drive shaft, it's as easy as that. You slide it in one end, in the other end, because they slide in, and tighten the bolts. I had to undo the middle joint, that I can actually bend it enough. Put back the heat shields and everything else. I could not film how I put back in the gearbox because there were 3 people under the car and there wasn't really space for a GoPro. The good old heat shields. The exhaust, the main thing, but this gasket is done for it. It's been used for, I think it's even the original one, so it's time to change it, the brand new one. And the difference between the old one and the new one is huge. The thickness of the seal, 3 times thicker than the original one or the old one. So this will seal real good. This exhaust is heavy. And when I say heavy, I mean it heavy. It's all in one piece. And that's stupid. How I attached the exhaust. I jacked up the back first. Put some screws in there so it's loosely holding there. Then I went to the front, lifted up the front. So the middle I can bolt up with almost no struggle. My exhaust is held on by 4 nuts, which I had to angle grind a bit because they were rusted and the shape was not really nut. It was more like a circle.
Textings, messages, aligns. That's everything, and done. Took me 1 month. Took me 1 month to close this bonnet. Now is the most important thing. If this is working, it feels like it's the same, like there are gears. Now is the most important thing. If it moves, if all the job I did, and I mean all of it, if it's for nothing, or I actually did something good, the car will start, obviously, as it's a car. Easy cheesy, lemon squeezy, no problems at all. Now, I will roll down the platforms. Just slowly, slowly. That's... Let's see if the clutch works and if it moves. Are you ready? Oh my god, this is tense. That's the clutch. And... Oh, what the... Oh, fuck no. Oh